Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to do a Popeyes test for version 13.2.2. It's going to be a 14-minute drive, 2.1 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so FSD is now moving and going around this SUV on hazard. Now let's see if we can make this one.
Now turn right on 239th Street.
Okay, we should have no problem here. Okay, so good. So I think I pressed the accelerator a little bit there. So that would have to count as a human intervention. Okay, so we're at an all-way. There's no driver on this car.
In 500 feet, turn right onto 65th Street.
Okay, so we are at an all-way. Okay, good. Okay, good. Giving way for that crossing pedestrian. So now we are here making a right.
Now turn right onto 65th Street.
Let's see. So we are stopping here. And there's this SUV here that's awkwardly stopped. And it looks like it's blocking the right turn here. So that's an interesting situation on the left side. But we are making a right here. Okay, so now we have a green light. Now it is their right of way on the left side. So I would have to go and let them. So now we have a clear path, so we should be making a right soon. Okay, good. Now, can we make it? Yeah, we can make it as long as you keep advancing. Okay, good. Nice. So extreme patience was needed for that, and FSD has it.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Woodside Avenue. Now turn left onto Woodside Avenue.
Okay, now we have a green light. Then we're making a right here.
Now turn right onto 65th Place.
Okay, so we have a green light. And now we are turning. Okay, good.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Queens Blvd. Now turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, so we have a green light here. Now let's see where FSD will go. Is it gonna be the main road or service road? Okay, so it's taking some time. Let's see. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so we have a green light here.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Okay, so in the previous version, FSD was able to go to the right lane, but right now FSD is not positioned to the right lane for that bear right after this light. I have a feeling that it will miss it, but let's see though what happens. Okay, so we have a green light now. So FSD should have no reason to make a lane change.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Yeah, so it can't. Let's see. Oh, snap. Alright, so this is going to be a longer Popeyes test. 13.2.1 is better for Jollibee and for Popeyes. So that's interesting.
Now turn left onto Grand Avenue.
Okay, so it can't make a left because it's too far out. So we just had an official recalculation here.
In 500 feet, take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the right.
Okay, good. So I think it recognizes the no right turns. That's why it's not making a right turn here. But instead it will have to, it's directing it to go straight up and then make a U-turn up ahead.
Now take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the right.
Okay. So I disengaged there because it was planning to make a right for some reason. So the nav was good, but FSD has different ideas. So now I'm re-engaging, so that's interesting. Okay, so we're at the flashing yellow arrow here, just double checking if there are bikes. So we are on a clear. Okay, so we have a green light now.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Elliot Avenue, then turn left onto Queens Boulevard.
So we are making a U-turn here, but let's see if FSD will recognize the left turn lane. because it
Now
always
turn
misses it
left onto
here.
Elliot Avenue.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, snap. Oh,
Now
snap.
turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, I think that's good, but was it because of the new paint? Maybe the paint had to do with it. Okay, we have a green arrow here. Okay, FSD adjusting again because of this road work. Now let's see here. Okay, so this route right here is not possible because there is no left turn, but I do think FSD will recalculate because there's a solid white line later, and if it will cross over that, I may have to disengage because there is a specific sign to not cross that.
In 500 feet, take the Queens Blvd ramp on the left.
Okay, so now we go straight.
In 500 feet, make a U-turn at 57th Avenue to stay on Queens Blvd. Then turn right.
So that U-turn is not possible. And now, let's see. Okay, good. Now I think it will force FSD to... Okay, so I'm disengaging because it's trying to cross over double solid yellow line. Okay, you know
Now
what?
make a U-turn at 57th Avenue.
Let me force it to recalculate, so I disengage one more time. Okay, good. Now I'm re-engaging.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Blvd.
And I forgot to drop a message.
Now bear left to stay on Queens Blvd. In 500 feet, make a U-turn at Grand Avenue to stay on Queens Blvd.
Okay, so good. Lane change here to the left turn lane to
Now make a
eventually
U-turn at Grand Avenue.
make a U-turn. Okay, now we have a green arrow here. We should be turning. Okay, good. Now we make a U-turn. Oh, snap! So we made a U-turn on the wrong road. We're now back at the main road, and so we would have to make that U-turn again. So this is an interesting development here. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I will have to disengage here.
In 500 feet, turn right. Then you will arrive at your destination.
So FSD thinks that it can make a right here. or FSD thinks that we're at the service road, so either one of those. So I'm going to disengage.
Now turn right.
And I don't see a prompt to send a Tesla message. Now I re-engage it again. Okay, so I'm pressing the accelerator. I'm not sure why it's stopping. There are no bicycles. We're on a clear, on a flashing yellow. Okay, good. Alright, we will miss this one.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Elliot Avenue. Then turn left onto Queens Boulevard.
So I disengaged there because FSD was accelerating. It is risky to beat the light. Okay, so now we are on a green.
Now turn left onto Elliot Avenue.
Okay, so we are making a left here. And I don't think FSD has any problem going to the
Now
left
turn
lane.
left onto Queens Boulevard.
Okay, so we're still at a red light, so FSD is still advancing. I think it thought that it's on a green, but we have a red arrow here. Okay, so now we are turning, and let me activate FSD now. Okay, so we have a green light up ahead. And we should be advancing soon. Okay, good. Okay, good adjustment here for that
In
merging
500
SUV.
feet, take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the left. Now take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the left. In 500 feet, turn sharp left onto Hoffman Drive.
Okay, so FSD is making a left here. So it should just go ahead for it. So it wasn't sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's gonna go here anyway. And we are on stop. Okay, good. Okay, we are on clear. Okay, I'm disengaging again here.
Now turn sharp left onto Hoffman Drive.
And then re-engage it again.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Okay, so we're crossing on green.
Now bear left to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Okay, so we are on a green.
In 500 feet, make a U-turn at Grand Avenue to stay on Queens Boulevard.
So if it misses here,
Now make a U-turn at Grand Avenue.
I'm going to disengage so that it would make a U-turn properly. But I do think though that FSD wasn't able to earlier because there was a bus and it made it difficult for it. So now, yeah, so that's what I'm suspecting. So we're making a left here. Okay, good. So now we got it. I think earlier, because there was a bus, it made things complicated. And for some reason, it influenced FSD to do something different.
In 500 feet, turn right. Then you will arrive at your destination. Now turn right.
Okay, so now we are on a green and I have to disengage here because just want to make sure that the van is not going to move forward. So now let's see. Okay, so it's entering the parking lot. Let's see. Okay.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Okay, so I'm just gonna disengage here because FSD was not moving. And let me just give my takeaways. So we started off on a double parked state and FSD was able to advance and made a right on the green light. That being said, FSD was almost at a yellow light, but good thing it still went through the turn, so that was good. And then crossed several allways and adjusted on a pedestrian there. Then FSD after that was able to make a right on stop, and it was able to patiently wait for a window and give way for the vehicles that have the right of way, and eventually it made a right on stop and crossed the green and went straight towards Woodside Boulevard and then made a left there and then turned right to 65th Place and was able to make a left to Queens Blvd. Now it took some time on that left to Queens Blvd, but I think that was a reasonable turn. It had to wait for a bit because there were a lot of oncoming vehicles. Now we went straight ahead and FSD actually missed the bare right and it didn't even move to the right lane, and then it recalculated initially to make a left to Grand Avenue, but that was already too late and FSD recalculated again, and for some reason the nav was giving instructions correctly, wherein it accounts for the no right turn zones here on Queens Blvd, but when we approach here on 57th Ave, FSD tried to make a right from the main road, which is not possible and it is not allowed. So I had to disengage there and FSD followed the route of the navigation. So went to a left and was able to make a left to Elliot and went to the left turn lane with no problem, so that was good. Used to be that it doesn't realize that there's a left turn lane and just keep straight and not use that. So FSD was able to make that U-turn, went straight ahead back to Queens Blvd, and the thing is, on stop, FSD was able to wait for the green and went to the service road using a mini mini ramp from the main road. I mean, from the service road towards the main road. FSD went there, but there's a solid double white line. Other cars do it, but I still would love FSD to honor that rule, especially because it's Queens Blvd. There's a lot of special rules here, and I disengaged there because it tries to cross over it, and then I re-engage immediately, but it tried to make a left on 57th Ave, thinking that that's a possible move, but I disengaged again, and then I re-engaged after. And so it made a U-turn on Grand Avenue, but it went, instead of going to the service road, it went to the main road. I think because of the bus that was going to the service road, it influenced FSD to do otherwise. So we had to make a reroute again, and FSD tried to make a right here again on 57th Ave, so I have to disengage. And I had to press the accelerator when FSD was heading to the service road coming from the main road towards Elliot. Because FSD stopped for some reason, but approaching bikes, and we were on clear. So it's interesting that I had to do that there. Usually I don't have to, but yeah. And after that, FSD went to the left turn lane, which was good. However, on the red arrow, shortly after the green light that goes to straight, which is not turning left, the green light for that direction appeared, and FSD thought, I think, that it can move even though there was a red arrow right in front of it. So I disengaged there, and then I think I drove manually and then re-engaged after the turn. Then FSD went back to that solid double yellow line from service road to main road and tried to make a left again, so I disengaged, and then I re-engaged after crossing, and FSD eventually went to Grand Avenue the second time around, went to the left turn lane and was able to correctly do the U-turn going to the service road, and then went straight up here. Now the thing is, close to the destination, I had to disengage because there was a van that did a wrong turn, it didn't make a wrong turn actually. It ran out of time, and so it was our turn to move forward, but I didn't know if the van would really press the accelerator or not, so I just had to disengage to brake first and see what it will do. And so it stopped, and so I just moved forward, and then I re-engaged after crossing. FSD started moving a little bit going into the parking lot, but didn't choose a parking spot. So I drove myself, and then I think I used the auto park. So overall, I think though that 3.2.1 is not the preceding version of 13.2.1 is somehow a different build than 13.2.2. There may be branches, so I think the answer would be in the internet. It could be that, but I'm not sure. But I know based from testing right now that 13.2.1 was better in Blvd test and also the Popeyes test, which is what we're doing now. So 13.2.2, a lot of human interventions, and it's a very interesting observation to see. And yeah, so overall, it was a lot of human interventions, and FSD was able to improve on things, which is recognizing a left turn lane going to Elliot Ave. So I think that was good, because it used to be that it doesn't. So yeah, I mean, those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.